Oh, hi guys, it's Susie from Esoteric Trading Solutions. Just want to talk crypto, so Crypto Susie tonight. I am very bullish Ripple. Code is XRPUSD. Pretty much I look at Bittrex or Polynex, but check Bittrex. At the moment it's around 20.2520. I've been calling it a buy since it was 18 cents. So the reason why I am bullish, technically it looks very bullish. I think it could pretty much take out 30 cents, which is its short-term high, and its maximum high was around 42 cents. So if we put this on a 4-hourly, you can see that the resistance level is around what have we got, 28 cents, somewhere like that. If we put this on a daily, just going into the daily on the chart, the resistance level will be a little bit higher. I've got pivots on this chart. I really do like pivots. A lot of the professional traders, I was a professional trader for years, since 1987. A lot of professional traders use pivots, which are like resistance levels, resistance 1, resistance 2, and support levels. So pretty much if it gets past 26, around 26 cents, it could really move up to 30 quite quickly. That's the next resistance level, and that's where it fell short last time around. If you look at the technicals on this, pretty much, obviously you've got the blue all the way up. Looks very, very good. Also, you've got the SAR, the parabolic SAR, which I use a lot. That's again saying a buy. Pretty much the MACD, if you have got the MACD here, everything's turning up and it's going over the zero line, plus the moving averages are all floating up as well. So it's actually come off this base of around this 17-18 cents, and it's been there for some time, and now it's starting to break out. If we take it back to, say, I look at different time frames as well, which is really important to look at different time frames when you look at charts. It just gives you a different perspective. Again, if we look at a 1 weekly on this, essentially we know the big level is sort of 25, 26, then it's got to get pretty much through that 30, and if you go to the chart, you know, around 40, 42, depending on which exchange you look at. Taking it back to the 4-hourly, the reason why I am bullish Ripple, I do like it very much technically, and I've liked it since it was around 18 cents, but I still think at 25 cents it looks pretty good. Ripple I particularly like because it uses blockchain effectively. It is basically taking on SWIFT, which is the settlement system for the banks in terms of global foreign currency settlement system. If you've ever dealt with a settlement system, which I have over the years, just settling anything, currency particularly overseas or domestically, can take anything from 3 to 10 days. Now with Ripple technology, you can transact peer-to-peer within literally a second. I'm not kidding. So Ripple have incredible technology. If you can compare them to, say, Bitcoin, Bitcoin is pretty much old technology. It takes them to transact 2 trades 7 seconds. Ripple, to transact 1,500 trades, it takes a second. And even if you look at Ethereum, it takes like literally 15 trades, a couple of seconds. So Ripple is like 1,500, which is pretty amazing in itself. Look, I think this coin is very much undervalued, and honestly I think this thing could get past $1 pretty quickly, or even up to 2. There is a couple of things going on in October. 16th of October, some big banking conference where all the big banks are going to be joining, and you know, the ex-Fed guy, Bernard Bernanke, and a whole lot of other people from fund managers right through to banks. And I know Ripple at the moment is looking and trying to get more business through the banks. And they're pretty much focusing on 80 different banks. Now, if you look at SWIFT, the settlement system that they're trying to bring down, because SWIFT basically has a monopoly on all the bank settlement payments, and they've had a monopoly for years and years and years, and it's pretty much old settlement processes. SWIFT in itself has something like about 11,000 clients, banks or fund managers or whatever, and they're in well over 200 different countries in the world. So the reality is, if Ripple basically sell their technology to the banks, they're going to be looking good. Now, I don't really see Ripple as a means of exchange like Bitcoin, i.e. exchanging money, but I do see their processing capability, their technology definitely being taken up by the banks. And if that's the case, then this this particular crypto is going to really do well. That's my belief, and you know, I think you could see probably higher levels on this, but certainly technically it looks very good as well. I do use you know, a combination of MACDs. Also, you know, if you look at the technicals, I use Ichi or Ichikondmu, I think it's called. I can never pronounce that. But again, it's well above these support levels here. And essentially, you know, this price action looks very bullish indeed. Thank you. Cheers.